Hey YouTube world. Today I'm going to talk about an eyeshadow brand and like why is it so expensive? Like is it laced with gold? I'm just going to try it out. I mean, I'm no scientist, okay? I'm just a girl who likes to dabble in a few things. So I'm just going to try this eyeshadow palette, kind of somewhat compare it a little bit to other eyeshadow palettes just to see, is it really worth the money that you're paying for it? Today I'm going to try out the Viseart palette. This is not a new palette. This launched maybe about a year ago. It's the gold palette, and I don't own any Viseart palettes just because they're so expensive, and I think a lot of makeup is overpriced. So I just want to see, is this really any different than any other eyeshadow? Let's see. This is the carton that it comes in, and this retails for $72. You get 9 shades in here. You get some matte shades and you get some satin shades, and it is good for 30 months, which is surprising to me. 30 months is a very long time. It is made in the US, and you get 14 grams, so 0.49 ounces of product in here. And it has a lovely mirror with it. I always appreciate a good mirror. And here are the shades. I'm not going to do any swatches, guys. I don't believe swatches are a good interpretation of color payoff for a palette, so if you like swatches, let me know. But here you go. So some of the claims are that it is highly pigmented, smooth, homogeneous texture, easy blend, no fallout. So I did my foundation already, so the no fallout would be a test. And it says long staying power. So that's the Viseart palette. Now this would be considered a luxury brand. The only reason why I picked it up is because Sephora had it on a weekly wows. If you don't know what Sephora weekly wows are, I suggest you check them out. And I believe it was $59 and then an extra 20% off. That was like at the first week of January. And then I had a gift card, so I think I got this palette for like $25, which is what I was willing to pay for it, and which is why I wanted to grab it while it was on sale. So just to compare it to a high-end eyeshadow, so Viseart is a luxury brand, I assume, and then I'm just going to compare it to the Urban Decay Born to Run palette because it's a palette that I love. It this palette is well loved. It also has a big mirror. It has 21 shades, okay, and it is also made in the USA. Neither one of these palettes are vegan free. They do contain carmine. So out of the 21 shades, you have a couple of different finishes. You have some mattes, you have some satins, and you get 0.80 grams of product in here, so 0.02 ounces. So it is more than the Viseart palette, okay? And it is also made in the USA, but look at the size difference. A lot of the shades in here are actually very similar, but look at the size difference. 21 shadows and 9 shadows. Just want to compare some of the ingredients. The Born to Run palette actually has a lot more ingredients than the Viseart one does. And this one retails for $59 Canadian, and you get an expiry date of 2 years. So it is a lot longer than a lot of palettes that I know about, but it's not as long as the Viseart palette. So there's a lot more ingredients in the Born to Run eyeshadow palette, and the first ingredient in here is talc. And in the Viseart palette, the first ingredient is mica, which I know is more expensive. Like I said, I'm no scientist, but I do know that mica is more expensive and a better quality product than talc. But the second ingredient in this is talc. So, and I think there's only like 14 or 15 ingredients on here, whereas opposed to this one has a lot more. Okay, so then I just want to compare it to a drugstore eyeshadow palette. I'm not going to try all of these on for looks. I'm just going to just tell you a little bit of information about each. So this one has 15 shades, and it's a Hard Candy Pro Look eyeshadow palette sold at Walmart, and I like this palette, and I've created some really cute looks using this palette, and I believe it's $11.99 or $14.99. I've had it for a little while now. So with this, I don't know what the expiry date is. It doesn't tell you on here how long it's good for once it's opened. I'm not quite sure why it doesn't, but it doesn't. This palette is cruelty free. And the ingredients, the first ingredient is talc, but the second is mica. Okay, so the Born to Run palette does have mica in it, but it's like a couple ingredients down the list. But for this one, it's the second ingredient, which kind of makes me like boggled just a little bit. So as for how much product you get in here, you get a lot of product, guys. You get 0.69 ounces, so you get 19.5 grams. So that's a lot of product in here. And the only thing is, it is made in China. So the other two are made in the USA, and this is made in China. Not an issue for me. So compared to the drugstore palette, these are the difference when it's comparison to size. But these pans, eyeshadow pans, are a lot bigger than this. Like, there's no spaces in between here hardly, as opposed to here. So anyways, that's just a lowdown. I chose these palettes because they do have a lot of the similar shades in them. Okay, so I'm going to start my look just by priming my eyelids with Tarte Shape Tape. I'm going to take this color up here in the corner. Now this did come with a little flap with all the different color names on, but I just removed it just because it's more convenient. The color names are on there, they're just way too hard for me to pronounce, and I wasn't going to pronounce them anyways, so I just left that out. So I'm just going to set my primer with this skin tone shade up here in the corner and just put a light dusting on it. So it does feel very creamy. Just by putting that on, I could already feel that it feels very creamy. I'm going to take this color right here and just apply that into the crease. So it is very pigmented. I went in with a very light hand, just a little dab, and I got good color payoff. So I'm just going to take a clean brush and I'm going to go back in with the same color I used first, and I'm just going to blend out the edges. Alright, so I'm going to take a next brush. I'm going to take another brush and I'm going to go in with Though there's no fallout, there's quite a bit of kick up in the pan, though. I'm going to take this color right here. Like, you see the kick up in the pan? Like, just see all of the extra fallout right here. Take that color and I'm going to go right in the crease right here. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a red tone palette. Coolsies. Yeah, that applied like a dream. Not gonna lie. Did get some like kick up on the corner there though. Kind of dusted off. So that's how it applied. I'm going to treat this eyeshadow palette like I would any other eyeshadow palette just because I really want to see how it performs. So I'm going to do what I usually do, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut my crease for both of my eyes off camera, and I'll be right back. Now that my lid is cleaned up, I'm going to go in with this color in the middle right here, and I'm going to apply that everywhere where I place the concealer. That is beautiful. That applied so nicely. I like this color. Really like this color. I'm gonna go in with this color again, and I'm just going to apply that to the very outer corner to mesh the two colors together. I'm just gonna run it through the crease just to soften that line a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take next this black right down here in the corner, and I'm going to go in with ever so lightest hand, and I'm going to just blend that just on top of the color that we just laid, but a little bit more in the outer corner. Okay, I don't like how this black is blending on top of that other shadow. It's kind of patchy. But it blends well though, so it's kind of like, I don't know. For the majority of it, my eye look is done. I'm going to go ahead, do my eyebrows, put on some lashes, and finish off the rest of my face, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you what I think of this palette and if it's worth your money. Okay guys, so I'm back and I have the rest of my face makeup done, and I am like so torn. So just about the eyeshadow palette, okay? Was there fallout? Very, very, minimum. Look, I did my face makeup before I applied these colors, and some of these colors are quite dark and extremely pigmented, and there wasn't any fallout. There's not a lot of eyeshadows that can do that. Okay, so that is a plus. So no fallout, plus. High pigmentation, plus. Okay. Blendability, like plus, plus, plus. The black was a little bit patchy at first when I applied it on top of the other colors, but it did blend out well. Like A+++ on the blending. Like, so blendable. The colors like didn't mesh together. You can still see all the separate colors, and that bronze color, guys, oh, it's just to die for. So things that I didn't like about the palette was that there's no inner corner highlight, and there is no brow bone highlight. Obviously there's only one transition shade, but I don't think it's meant to be a one-all palette, but for the price tag, you kind of almost want it to be. But dang, I love this eyeshadow palette. The mirror, that may not be important to some people, but this is a great mirror. Like, I did almost my entire eyeshadow look with this mirror, and I love it. I don't know if I should recommend this palette to you guys because it is so expensive. But I do truly like it. Like, I cannot lie. Would I pay full price for another Viseart palette? Probably not. I would try to wait until they go on sale, or I'd get it like at the VIB sale where I can get 20% off, because it is so extremely expensive. But I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. I loved how it blended. Just blending it alone, I can't lie. $72 is expensive. It is expensive. I can't go on enough about how expensive I think that is. But I totally am in love with this palette. And I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna use the heck out of it. So if you are gonna own one luxury eyeshadow palette, I mean, I haven't tried a ton of luxury products, but if you were gonna own one, this baby could be great. And I do believe it's still available online. But like I said, it is dupable in colors. The colors are dupable. The blendability of this, though, guys, it's like butter. So I do not regret buying this palette. I find it so hard to recommend someone to buy this palette at $72, but if you just want one luxury eyeshadow palette, like, this is so much better than other luxury brands I've tried. Like, I only own one other luxury brand, and this just knocks it out of the water. So I am intrigued to try more Viseart palettes in the future if I can get them at a good price. So yeah, no fallout, blends well, pigmentation is amazing. I like it. I really do. Worth my $27. I would probably pay, I want to say $45, which is what I would mostly pay for something like this, would be $45 given the quality of it. $72, like, I will not purchase it for $72, though I love it. I just would not purchase it for that price. I just don't think any makeup should be that price. Though the quality is astonishing, I don't think that I would pay $72 for it. But I'm so happy that I have it and I've got it at a discounted price. So, like I said, if you're okay with paying $72 for an eyeshadow palette, you might actually love this. If you can work with these colors, because there are not a ton of colors in here. There's only 9 colors, and 4 of them are very neutral out of the 9. So that's my little spew about that eyeshadow palette. So guys, that's it for today's video. If you like my channel and you like me, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Until next time, ciao.